With MSN, there's no better way to manage your finances, talk to your friends, enjoy your music, even shop right from your homepage.
It's Jeff Gianola and Kelly Day on KOIN 6 News.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mary Hart.
And I'm Bob Goen, and this is Entertainment Tonight for Wednesday, October 17th, 2001, as a handwriting analyst tells us about 2 letters with anthrax.
The eerie similarities between the anthrax letters to Tom Brokaw and U.S. Senator Tom Daschle. Who else has tested positive? How to handle mysterious mail? And what a handwriting analyst revealed to us about the terrorist responsible for the anthrax-laced letters.
The person is a depressive type, but not necessarily suicidal.
I found myself praying an awful lot.
Martin Sheen's first interview since the terrorist attacks.
If you could say one thing to Osama bin Laden, what would it be?
How the anthrax scare has spread to the stars.
I had, like the FBI picking up boxes of mail from my office.
It's scary right now.
And what Ray Romano and Kevin James are doing to make people laugh.
It's about time. I think people need a release.
Chris Tucker supports the military.
This is Air Force 5.
We're on a private plane with the star as he lands at a naval base to encourage the troops.
And who am I? The President of the United States.
Partridge Family star Danny Bonaducci, clean and sober.
One drink will lead to the devastation of all of this.
Now, from his baby at home to his radio and TV shows, a day in the life of Danny as he details his battle to stay away from booze.
Plus, inside a star's Manhattan apartment with a view of the Empire State Building. And find out which Oscar winner is mom to this 2.5-week-old baby.
This is Entertainment Tonight, the most watched entertainment news program in the world.
The anthrax-laced letters went to a TV network in New York and a U.S. Senator's office in Washington, D.C. So who is sending fear across America? The clues are in those letters. The anthrax found in a letter sent to the Capitol is an extremely fine-grade powder that can be easily airborne. More than 30 people in Senator Tom Daschle's office have tested positive for exposure. Authorities shut down his office and other parts of the Senate building for extensive testing. Anthrax spores were also found in the office of New York Governor George Pataki, and 2 aides of Wisconsin Senator Russell Feingold have tested positive. The letters mailed to Daschle and to Tom Brokaw were both postmarked from Trenton, New Jersey. At NBC, hundreds of employees have been tested for exposure, but at ABC, no workers are being tested until they demonstrate some symptoms.
I had, like the FBI picking up boxes of mail from my office, and I'm in the process of moving to 30 Rock with my deal with NBC, so it's just been an amazingly stressful time.
Carson echoed the feelings of many at last night's Project ALS benefit in New York, which also was the premiere of Jennifer, airing Sunday on CBS. Laura San Giacomo stars as real-life ALS crusader Jennifer Estes. Katie Couric was scheduled to attend but had to pull out at the last minute due to a family emergency. Molly Shannon and Billy Baldwin were among the guests.
I've had a tough time getting my head around it, man. I think that I've actually been suffering from like post-traumatic stress syndrome or something. Lean on me.
Jesse L. Martin sang to the crowd, which included a very inspirational Christopher Reeve.
It's time for us really to think about each other and not to take anything for granted.
In California, the Highway Patrol gave state workers a demonstration on how to and how not to handle suspicious mail.
We're doing our duties here. We open up a letter and, oh my God, there's powder.
Comedian Caroline Ray, who was doing a photo shoot for Allure magazine's January makeover issue, will be taking over Rosie O'Donnell's show next year. The show is shot at 30 Rockefeller Plaza, where anthrax was mailed to Tom Brokaw.
No, I'm not concerned. I feel safe. I know, there's tons of people who are in charge of security. I don't think anybody's going to put anybody in danger. I just think it enhanced my appreciation of every single moment of my life. It just makes you appreciate that much more because you know how fragile it is.
At a rehearsal for Women Rock, Girls and Guitars, which airs October 26th on Lifetime, the Dixie Chicks say the atmosphere since the attacks has put them on alert.
It is life-changing in so many different ways that you even think about those things in your life on a daily basis.
And today in Sacramento, California, President Bush heard a performance of composer Tim Blixseth's stirring song, Pray for Peace.
Oh, I pray for peace. Oh, our commander-in-chief, listen to our music, is as good as it gets.
Indeed. The similarities between two anthrax-laden letters provide many clues for investigators. And coming up later in our cover story, a handwriting analyst tells us about the person who sent them.
Ray Romano and the King of Queens star Kevin James are teaming up to raise money for the September 11th relief effort. Our Mark Steinitz has the latest.
It's about time. I think people need a release, and people really want to laugh.
Tickets are still available for Kevin and Ray's benefit performance this Saturday at Spreckles Theater in San Diego. Proceeds will go to the September 11th fund. But Kevin says he's still considering when and how to incorporate topical humor.
Certainly not about the disaster itself, but maybe security situations, joking on that. But I'm kind of steering clear of it now.
Kevin and Ray can now mark November 4th on their calendars. That's the date the Television Academy and CBS have chosen to hold the rescheduled Emmy Awards. The show will be held here at Los Angeles' Shubert Theater, a much smaller venue than the original site, the Shrine Auditorium. The Shubert seats approximately 2,100, and that means that less than half of the previously invited guests will now be able to attend the ceremony. How will you determine who is invited, who's not?
We'll have to give priority to the nominees.
Ellen DeGeneres remains the show's host, and Walter Cronkite is again being asked to participate. But the idea of having the Emmys broadcast from New York concurrently has been scrapped. And Academy Chairman and CEO Bryce Zabel also told me that security will remain a top priority.
Our security team assured us that at the Shrine we had security on the level of a presidential visit, and we think the same will be true at the Shubert.
And while concerns about security have heightened in the wake of the growing number of anthrax exposure cases, that has not stopped Jay Leno from injecting the situation with a touch of dark humor.
Even Whitney Houston's not opening envelopes that have white powder on them anymore.
And David Letterman has joked New Yorkers are beginning to return to normal.
For example, today, Mayor Giuliani said it was okay to give each other the finger.
Thanks a lot, Mark. And we have new details, too, about Sean Penn's guest starring role on Friends. People magazine on Stan's Friday reports that he will play the fiancé of Lisa Kudrow's twin sister in a Halloween-themed episode airing November 1st. Now, coming up on ET, what West Wing President Martin Sheen says about terrorism in his first interview since the attack.
If you're unable to find compassion in your rage, you will become that which you fear and hate the most.
Inside the private plane with Chris Tucker as he goes to support the troops.
What you doing looking back at me? Look back at the sky.
And what these Navy officers taught the comedian.
We gotta do a salute. How you do the salute?
Danny Bonaducci with a new baby at home. Why it's so important that he stays clean and sober.
All of this stuff, including my family, and I can't forget, hang by a thread.
What this handwriting expert says about the person who sent these letters laced with anthrax.
The O's are small, and they're small in relation to the letter next to it.
That's coming up in the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
Cut! Martin Yan is mad.
This lettuce is rotten.
He kept his lettuce in the original store bag, and now Yan can't cook.
Big problem.
Martin, you should have put it in the Glad Fresh Protect bag. Glad Fresh Protect bags keep lettuce fresher longer.
So Yan can cook.
No wasted food.
And no wasted time.
Yan's Glad. Don't get mad. Get Glad. New Fresh Protect bags.
To lower 30,000 prices, Kmart needed help.
Come on in. Lower prices. Blue Light you're gonna do when Kmart lowers prices. With Blue Light always.
Now you can buy more and pay less.
Tell me. Come and save a ton when Kmart lowers prices. That's Blue Light always. So prices, as I heard all the people say.
Get down to Kmart for low prices every day.
Andrew Mallory here, your KOIN6 News Survivor Safari Guide. And after 10 years leading African safaris, I know what's in store for these contestants, so don't miss my reports every Survivor Thursday on KOIN6 News at 6 and 11.
Saturn is working to keep our economy strong, in jobs, in commerce, and in spirit. As part of that effort, we're providing interest-free financing on every new coupe, sedan, and wagon we make. Come visit your Saturn retailer and keep America rolling.
It's hard to find the right wireless plan at a store that specializes in everything. But Car Toys Specialty is wireless, with more deals than any other store. And now, only Car Toys gives you more than $400 in cash and freebies with an AT&T wireless calling plan. Get an Ericsson phone free after rebates, plus get a free DirecTV satellite system and home installation free. Free DirecTV with a wireless phone, only at Car Toys through Sunday, October 28th.
Car Toys. Better way to go.
We should get out of here now.
This film has been given an R rating for horror, violence, gore, nudity, and some language. So be warned. From the producers of House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts, rated R, starts October 26th.
All right. Quick question. Where are you taking me? Is it going to be a happy place?
Yes,
a happy place with bunnies and ducks? If I could just get my tears on you one time. Say, I was wondering if one of you could itch my panty line. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Hey. Get your hands off me.
Okay.
You believe in Princess Grace, don't you? Her and Elvis and I driving to Las Vegas just like the old times.
Rush Hour star Chris Tucker is doing his part to raise the morale of America's military. We joined Chris on his private jet for a visit to a Virginia air base.
Yes! This is Air Force One. This is Air Force 5.
Chris gave ET the exclusive guided tour of the plane, pointing out all the amenities.
My leather seats here. I got them the color of my skin. Chocolate, peanut butter. How you doing?
Good, how are you, Chris?
What you doing looking back at me? Look back at the sky. What we turning for?
Actually, the autopilot flying.
I don't want the autopilot flying. I want you flying. America!
But Chris's morale-boosting visit to the Navy encountered a little hitch when Air Force 5 touched down at Virginia's Norfolk Naval Base.
We had a minor default. We landed at the wrong base.
A quick hop later, Chris landed at the right base, Naval Air Station Oceana, where he was greeted with a hero's welcome.
Give it up to the Navy now.
It's a melody. With love, and I love you very much, and I never forget you.
Chris is also doing research for an upcoming film, Mr. President, in which he plays the chief executive.
Hopefully he'll give us a pay raise, a bigger pay raise.
He's got my vote.
No, I'm just trying to see if I can play the first lady.
And who am I? The President of the United States.
Chris found his troops, who are actively involved in air operations and training for overseas duty, to be most helpful.
We gotta do a salute. How you do the salute? Hey!
But if being president means keeping American spirits high, Chris won some votes today.
Everybody do it! Everybody do it! Thank you! Everybody back to work!
Nice moves. Chris says he also researched his role as Mr. President by spending time with his good friend, former President Bill Clinton.
Only 3 more days until the All-Star Concert for New York City. And tonight, one of the singers performing reveals more secrets from Saturday's event.
If you say it's the Paul McCartney concert, that's what everybody knows it as.
Melissa Etheridge will join Paul at the rapidly approaching benefit concert, and ET has learned that the VH1 broadcast will include short films directed by Jerry Seinfeld, Woody Allen, and Martin Scorsese that are dedicated to the spirit of New York. Mick Jagger performs, too.
I've never met Mick Jagger.
Melissa says she'll sing her hit, Bring Me Some Water.
Now I'm going to make some firefighter water comments, and thought that might be clever.
Next, in the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
What the handwriting reveals about the person who sent anthrax-laced letters to the Capitol and Tom Brokaw.
When they write in block printing, it's often to try to disguise who they are.
Danny Bonaduce.
My family and dignity hang by a mistake I've made 100 times already.
How he's handling his battle with the bottle.
There's alcohol everywhere.
West Wing President Martin Sheen.
Why would that bring any measure of satisfaction?
His somber warning as the country responds to war.
That's next on Entertainment Tonight.
Hey, what's with the cap? You got a Little League game today or something? Nah, I'm just used to it. You know, a lot of people aren't crazy about their hair. They got different ways of dealing with it, especially if you got flakes. Here's how I deal with it. I tell them use this whole new Head & Shoulders. It goes directly to the scalp to help stop flakes before they even start. So you end up looking like you were born with a great head of hair. Now, who'd want to cover that up? Oh, forgot your hat. No thanks.
New Head & Shoulders shampoo. Unbeatable daily dandruff protection. Unbelievably beautiful hair.
The emotional toll of a country attacked. Next extra, from anger to anxiety, even nightmares. How to find out if you're suffering from depression. Then, charter flights. Can they be turned into terrorist weapons? Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Coin TV 6. Freedom should be accessible to everyone. That's why you can now get 0% financing on cheap Grand Cherokee and cheap Wrangler. And if you buy now, you'll make no monthly payments for 90 days. And while you can't put a price on freedom, you have to admit it's a pretty good deal. Check one out at your Jeep dealer. You think you know fear. You think you know the legend.
Jack the Ripper's not finished.
But you don't know Jack. Johnny Depp, Heather Graham. From Hell. Rated R. Friday only in theaters.
Hi, we're Mike and Amy from 99.5 KWJJ with a question.
Do you have a birthday?
Well, I do.
Excellent.
If you have a birthday, then you could win $5,000 this Thursday morning.
It is so easy. Just put your radio on KWJJ.
That's 99.5 FM.
Listen Thursday morning at 7:20.
We'll call out the birthday in this envelope. If it matches your birthday, you could win $5 grand.
Somebody's going to win $5 grand tomorrow morning at 7:20 on 99.5 KWJJ.
Tomorrow morning, somebody's going to win it all.
It might as well be me. It might as well be you.
Right now, during Furniture Row Outlet's fall clearance, we thought it'd be fun to preview all the kinds of items we have on sale. Whoa, bad idea, huh? Here's a better idea. Come down to Furniture Row Outlet's fall clearance and see all the deals for yourself. Plus, take advantage of these closeout bargains and get no payments and no interest for 1 full year. Furniture Row Outlet. Good stuff for a great deal less, especially now during our fall clearance. 3540 Commercial Street, Southeast, next to Fred Meyer's.
With a hot radio show and a new TV series, former Partridge Family star Danny Bonaduce counts his blessings for his success. And he also counts the seconds that he stays sober. We went along for a day in Danny's hectic life.
I plan to be down here at 3:15 every morning. I usually make it around 3:40, so I'm already late for something.
Danny's daily routine includes at least 45 minutes of weight training and some aerobics. This exercise regimen and a modified diet have helped the star shed over 40 pounds.
Just in general, not just with the sobriety, I feel the best I've ever felt my whole life.
After a well-publicized stint in rehab, Danny has been alcohol-free for more than 3 months and feels like he's at the top of his game. But he knows from past experience that his hold on the good life is tenuous.
All of this stuff, including my family, and I can't forget, hang by a thread. My family, security, and possessions, and dignity hang by a mistake I've made 100 times already. One drink will lead to the devastation of all of this, and there's alcohol everywhere. You know what I mean?
Danny credits his busy schedule with helping to keep him sober.
When I'm doing the radio show, or whether I'm doing the TV show, or whether I'm running and out of breath, while those 3 things are happening, I don't remember that I used to drink.
Danny usually arrives at Los Angeles' Star 98.7 radio station before 5 a.m. He and partner Jamie White have one of radio's top-rated shows. And on this day, Hot Ticket's Leonard Maltin and Todd Newton were the in-studio guests.
Did your show, Hot Ticket was great. Leonard Maltin, it was awesome.
Yeah, we had fun with you. We had a very good time.
During commercial breaks, Danny makes good use of his time. Once the show is over, he heads home for a short break with his wife, Gretchen, and baby Dante. By noon, he's in a production meeting for the syndicated talk show, The Other Half.
If I say this, will I get in trouble with you?
Then Danny joins his partners, Mario Lopez, Dr. Jan Adams, and Dick Clark for the Talk Fest that explores a woman's world through the eyes of men.
I wouldn't have asked for this much. If somebody, like a genie or some such thing, I wouldn't have wished this high. I wouldn't have wished this good.
All right, keep it going, Danny. By the way, he has another child, a daughter, Countess Isabella, but she was at school when we visited. And here you go, the very first picture from the People.com website of Jodie Foster's 2.5-week-old baby boy, Kit. And that's his 3-year-old brother, Charlie, helping out.
In the days after the September 11th attacks, the West Wing's Martin Sheen sat down to sort through his personal anger and pain. Now we have his heartfelt interview for a new documentary in this Entertainment Tonight cover story.
This is the World Trade Center when the 2 planes crashed into it. And right here, the sun's saying, oh no.
How do you feel about the future of your child?
Oh, it's scary. Like, yeah.
Filmmakers Renee Regal and Jennifer Stander hit the road to document the pulse of our nation. From the motels of the Midwest to the bright lights of Las Vegas, they interviewed a cross-section of America, from private citizens to the West Wing's president.
I found myself praying an awful lot since that horrible day.
If you could say one thing to Osama bin Laden or the terrorists who did plan these attacks, what would it be?
Why? I just couldn't think of anything else to say. Why would that bring any measure of satisfaction or any measure of humanity?
He was very knowledgeable. He was very earnest and very sincere, very honest and very hopeful.
The actor and activist also cast a warning about our response.
I think if you're unable to find compassion in your rage or mercy in your justice, you will become that which you fear and hate the most.
But this Kansas truck driver found it difficult to have compassion.
I say they ought to just go take them all out, you know, because these people have been fighting for 2,000 years over God's chosen, God's holy land. They're just evil, perverted people.
The documentary, We the People, also gauges the impact on our nation's youth.
Well, I felt sad because all those people died that were working there. And I felt mad because those people hijacked the plane and they killed all the people on that plane. I feel scared because I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody I knew.
These Illinois teenagers face the possibility of being drafted.
I'm not that scared, I guess, but I don't want to, but I would probably be patriotic or whatever. I'd just go. That's my duty.
This land taught us how to live together. It taught us, regardless of our race, our religion, and we're going to try to build it stronger. And God bless America.
God bless America!
With the threat of anthrax looming large and the news that letters sent to NBC News anchor Tom Brokaw and Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle tested positive for the bacteria, handwriting analyst Cheryl Solomon says striking similarities in the writing indicate the deadly mail may have the same origin.
The O's are small, and they're small in relation to the letter next to it. They certainly are compelling examples of the fact that there's similarities and that this may have been written by a common author.
Solomon also notes that compared to cursive writing, block lettering limits clues into the personality of the author.
In this case, all we have is a downward slant. Now, this may be indicative that the person is a depressive type, but not necessarily suicidal.
Solomon also says that NBC seems to be more important in the writer's mind than Tom Brokaw because those letters were bigger. Tomorrow, what Diane Sawyer found out about anthrax. Primetime Thursday's investigation into weaponizing anthrax. And what Diane is saying about the anthrax hoaxes. Drew Barrymore's tears over the attack.
I don't feel good about it. I feel like it's wrong.
Her private moment with director Penny Marshall about promoting their new movie.
I think I would pretty much give anything to, like, go to Canada right now.
Why this West Wing star's wife has a stripper's pole in their home.
I hired her for a lap dance and took home a stripper.
Now we have the story behind her Hollywood striptease. That's tomorrow.
And we'll be right back with the ET Insider's tour of a star's New York apartment.
1985, was it Cheers star Ted Danson, Woody Harrelson, or George Wendt who said about how they got their big break, "I did a guest appearance on Taxi"? Your answer is next in the ET Birthdays.
Closed captioning provided by...
Brake sales don't come any bigger. Get 50% off lifetime brake pads and shoes at Meineke.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
112 reasons you should be in a full house. Hot scrubber dishwasher, refrigerator with water and ice in the door, and now a free Dell multimedia computer. All for one low monthly payment.
Palm Harbor Homes, more home for your money.
Time magazine says Denzel Washington gives a hot-wired performance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Training Day is first-rate. Rolling Stone calls it knockout action entertainment. Training Day, rated R. Now playing.
Saturn is working to keep our economy strong. In jobs, in commerce, and in spirit. As part of that effort, we're providing interest-free financing on every new coupe, sedan, and wagon we make. Come visit your Saturn retailer and keep America rolling.
Okay, the Palm Harbor Full House also has a microwave, self-cleaning range, washer and dryer, upright freezer, fireplace. Then I mentioned the Dell computer, all for one low monthly payment.
Palm Harbor Homes, more home for your money.
We remember Lewis and Clark as explorers, but in truth, they were Seaside's first vacationers. Today, Lewis and Clark would find Seaside much more accommodating. Better food, warmer accommodations, more activities, something to really write home about. If Lewis and Clark traveled out west today, they would discover that Seaside, Oregon is more than a day at the beach.
Bring home the unforgettable flight for the whole family. The 60th anniversary edition of Disney's Dumbo on video and Disney DVD this Tuesday.
OxyClean, the color-safe stain remover for clothes, carpets, and more. Add a scoop to every load of laundry. It's the stain specialist. To find out more, call 1-866-OxyClean or look in stores everywhere.
Celebrating an ET birthday today, Michael McKean turns 54. Tom Poston is 80.
And which star of Cheers said in 1985 about how they got their big break?
I did a guest appearance on Taxi.
That's George Wendt, who today is 53. The Insider has your key to Mariah Carey's New York apartment, all 3 floors of it harking back to her favorite era, Hollywood's golden age. Forget a closet. Mariah has a clothes room. Her living room offers views of the Chrysler and Empire State Buildings. The bedroom reflects Mariah's preference for light, solid colors. The massive media room sports a built-in fish tank. Interior designer Mario Buata worked on the Tribeca apartment, featured in Architectural Digest and on sale now.
She really feels like she's, come home to something that she can close the door and shut out the world.
The Insider certainly can appreciate that.
ABC's My Wife and Kids welcomes back Tisha Campbell Martin tonight from maternity leave.
And tomorrow, Michael Jordan and a friend's sex tape scandal. Meanwhile, here are the Dixie Chicks and Pat Benatar as we say goodnight.
So long.
It's CBS Amazing Wednesday. First, to win the amazing race, you've got to be fast and fierce.
I was here before they were.
But in a foreign land, these American competitors
Someone got to go back and get the girls.
would never leave one of their own behind.
My new heroes, Kevin and Brooke.
all-new Amazing Race. Then, if you miss the premiere of Survivor Africa, you're in luck. Go! CBS presents the episode that has everybody buzzing. Survivor Encore, after an all-new Amazing Race. CBS tonight.
When it comes to food, a lot of places have silly ideas to bring you in. But once you get to the taste, where's the fresh? Hey, Clucky, want something made fresh? Uh-huh. Come on. Try one of the new Subway Selects made on fresh-baked gourmet bread. Susie?
Right, Jim. Subway's got 4 new Subway Selects, like the delicious horseradish steak and cheese, all on fresh-baked gourmet bread and all made fresh right in front of you.
Whoa, check out that check. Just kidding.
At GMC, our engineers have been designing trucks exclusively for 100 years. Now, we want to help keep America rolling with interest-free financing on all GMC trucks, vans, and SUVs. The power of Sierra, the agility of Yukon, the comfort and luxury of Envoy. Every new GMC comes with 0% APR through October 31st. Upgrade to professional grade and help keep America rolling. See your participating GMC dealers.
No childhood is complete without Disney's Dumbo. And now, Dumbo takes flight in a 60th anniversary edition.
Stupendous!
Share this classic with your family. Disney's Dumbo on video and Disney DVD this Tuesday.
The autumn sale is going on now at Meijer and Frank. Save 25 to 50% store-wide. Remember to use your extra 20% off bonus coupons for even more savings.
The right choices make all the difference.
The autumn sale at Meijer and Frank.
Reed Coleman and Mark Hendricks on KOIN 6 News.
After my walk through Central Park, I go into Starbucks, and they have a new menu item, Ciprocino.
From late-night humor to popping pills, America is desperate for relief.
We're seeing more prescriptions for anti-anxiety and antidepressant medication.
Take Extra's stress test and see if you're on the verge of depression. X. If you could ask Osama bin Laden one question, what would it be?
What in his religion makes the killing of 5,000 people all right? Why all this carnage?
How CNN's getting ready to grill the world's most wanted man. X. Charter flights. You'd think they're safe from terrorists, but can these private planes be turned into weapons? X. He saved the world from nuclear war, but was JFK also battling addiction?
President Kennedy had a serious problem with amphetamines.
X. Plus, something tempting from the ladies of Eden's crush. And Albert Brooks makes an impression on a younger woman.
I want the smallest tattoo that you can make.
How are you? I'm Lisa Gibbons. September 11th set off a string of emotional problems for many of us. First, it was stress and anxiety. Now, as Dana Devin reports, millions of Americans are struggling with depression.
You can sure tell it's autumn in New York. On my lunch hour today, I walked up to Central Park and I saw a squirrel storing Cipro for the winter.
David Letterman is trying to lighten the nation's mood on late night.
I go into Starbucks and they have a new menu item, Ciprocino.
But some people are having trouble laughing.
Everyone in the country has concerns and fears, and we wanted to address that.
Assistant Managing Editor Rob Howe says People magazine is dedicating this week's issue to calming America's fears.
We found that they have two primary anxieties. One is about flying, and the other is about bioterrorism.
And those fears are coming out in various ways. Nightmares.
I actually dreamt that I was on the plane that hit the Pentagon.
Anxiety.
I don't know what to expect next.
Depression.
Mostly I've been, feeling depression, sadness, and grieving.
I think we've seen an unprecedented kind of trauma occur to the United States.
Dr. Alan Schneider is the director of psychiatry at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA. He says more and more people are turning to pills to heal their psychological wounds.
We're seeing more prescriptions for anti-anxiety and antidepressant medication.
In the last 2 weeks of September, nearly 2 million new prescriptions were filled for antidepressants, another 2 million for anti-anxiety drugs and sleeping aids. Others are turning to counselors to work through their emotions.
I just felt as if this attack was on me.
Lee Kaplowitz grew up in Manhattan, got married at the top of the World Trade Center.
It was a great ceremony.
Now living in Los Angeles, Lee had been feeling down before the attack, but after the emotional trauma of watching the Twin Towers collapse, Lee knew he needed help.
I reached a point where I felt I should go speak with somebody.
Dr. Schneider says it's perfectly normal to feel scared and depressed during these turbulent times, but you need to be on the lookout for more serious signs of depression.
Symptoms like sleep problems, appetite problems, energy problems, in the worst case, suicidal thinking or suicidal acts, and those people really require more intensive treatment.
Dr. Schneider says the ongoing turmoil will have long-term effects on the American psyche.
People have said that our country is headed towards a mental health crisis. Do you believe that's true?
I think we were already in a mental health crisis, frankly, and I think that we're headed towards a more severe one.
Sobering words for a nation that needs to heal.
Now, for a list of questions to see if you're depressed, go to extratv.com. CNN could be the first news outlet to question Osama bin Laden about the attacks, but he is limiting them to only 6 questions. Barry Nolan has the details on what reporters can't wait to ask.
We do have some questions we would like to put to Osama bin Laden.
CNN's Wolf Blitzer broke the big news of a bin Laden interview.
We are making no commitment to air bin Laden's response.
Yesterday, someone claiming to represent bin Laden's Al-Qaeda network said Osama would respond to questions from CNN and Al Jazeera, the Arab network, which carried the terrorist last message. Since Osama praised the Trade Center attacks, CNN will ask, how can you advocate the killing of innocent people? And what was your role in the September 11th attacks? Because of the recent bioterrorism, CNN will ask about anthrax attacks and any weapons of mass destruction held by Al-Qaeda. Also on the list, what kind of training the hijackers got, and what is bin Laden's response to criticism from Muslims who say he is perverting the teachings of Islam. Bin Laden will reportedly respond by videotape. Writer Sebastian Junger knows how hard it is to get any answer from the nomadic leader.
Apparently it was getting an interview with bin Laden was a year or 2 year long process. Went over us.
Junger, who appeared in a National Geographic special on the Afghan Civil War, says Osama shunned Western reporters. But when he did want to talk, he insisted a journalist jump to it.
I talked to one guy who did it, and he waited, I think, a year, and all of a sudden a call, he lived in the U.S., a call came, go to the airport right now.
Today, reporters covered the latest anthrax scare at our nation's capital. We asked them, what would they ask Osama bin Laden?
Mr. bin Laden, you're a human being. You have 55 some brothers and sisters. You have parents. You have friends. Why all this carnage?
What in his religion makes the killing of 5,000 people all right?
Now, new questions about safety in the skies. Mike Bryant reports on the carriers that are having a business boom because some people consider them less risky than commercial flights.
A major military presence at our nation's biggest airports. Security at its highest level ever. And yet a terrorist can avoid detection, hop on a jet without being searched, and fly anywhere in the country.
We do not open up bags. We do not x-ray bags.
Charter planes. They've long been the first choice of celebrities and wealthy travelers. And now, more passengers than ever before are checking out charters, a 110% increase according to some carriers.
Have a good flight.
The number of flights and planes is already dizzying. About 3,000 charter services, more than 200,000 charter planes.
With so many more charter planes in the air, you would think the government would issue stronger rules and regulations regarding safety, but so far, the FAA has done nothing.
Any plane might be used in the way that the airliners were used, as a weapon of terror.
You're absolutely correct. That could happen today.
Tom Mangum, head of security for LA area charter giant Peterson Aviation.
A person could physically go charter an aircraft and accomplish his objective with that aircraft.
Extra has learned that a special government rapid response team investigated both airport and airplane security. And yet, in this 15-page report, the FAA made no recommendation to protect charter flights from the threat of terrorist action.
This door is not going to stop anybody from getting to the cockpit.
That is correct.
Afraid to wait for the feds, some charter companies like Peterson are beefing up security on their own. As a former FAA examiner, Mangum knows why the government hasn't yet taken action.
The government is reactive. An event would occur, something that became notorious, and government would step in and say, okay, this happened. Why did it happen? What can we do about it?
And according to aviation experts, we may have to wait for another notorious event before the FAA moves to reduce this possible risk of charter flight terrorism.
The Oakland, California airport will soon be using some new high-tech cameras to catch potential terrorists. The cameras compare each passenger's face against a database of mugshots. Another reason for concern today, more anthrax exposure. Today it was reported that it was found in the Manhattan offices of New York Governor George Pataki. He and his staff are now taking Cipro. And in Washington, D.C., the House of Representatives was closed down for testing after more than 24 people in Senator Tom Daschle's office tested positive for exposure. Those anthrax cases are growing every day, and so are sales of prescription drugs. But as Dana Devon reports, there are a lot of things people don't know about the illness and about the drugs used to treat it.
How much do you really know about the tiny bacteria that's created such a huge panic? Now, see if you know the facts about anthrax. Let's start with Cipro. Is it the only drug used to treat anthrax?
As far as I know, yes.
Well, actually, no. Cipro is the main drug for treating anthrax, but there are others, according to Dr. Alan Morgenstein of Glendale Memorial Hospital near L.A.
We have several alternatives, including amoxicillin, which is a penicillin drug. Also, tetracycline-like drugs, like doxycycline, would be effective.
Really? I didn't know that.
Anthrax is tough to get rid of, so antibiotics need to be taken for 60 days. Side effects can include nausea, vomiting, and skin rash. Should you take Cipro as a precaution against contracting anthrax?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Because you build up an immunity to antibiotics.
Yes, you're right.
It's very important that people don't use or misuse antibiotics at the current time out of fear.
Which is more serious, infection through the skin or inhaling anthrax?
Geez, I really don't know, seriously.
I don't know. The dangerous form is the inhalational or the lung form of anthrax, which has a very high fatality rate if it's not treated, upwards of 90%.
Remember, anthrax is not contagious, but if you think you've come in contact with the bacteria, you must seek treatment immediately.
The company that makes Cipro is working to boost production of the drug. And by the way, it isn't cheap. A 60-day supply will cost you about $693.
Up next, the horrible physical and emotional pain JFK kept silent about.
He was a sick man.
X. And later, the new Lily Sobieski film that has people calling actress Christine Lottie Mr. Director.
I think she did an amazing job.
That's coming up.
Totally new Nissan Altima.
Andrew Mallory here, your Coin6 News Survivor Safari Guide. And after 10 years leading African safaris, I know what's in store for these contestants, so don't miss my reports every Survivor Thursday on Coin6 News at 6 and 11.
You pick up a new Dodge, we'll pick up the interest. Now get zero interest financing on new 2002 Dodge cars and trucks. And if you come in now, you can take advantage of no payments for 90 days. See your Dodge dealer today.
I'm the police!
Time magazine says Denzel Washington gives a hot-wired performance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Training Day is first rate. Rolling Stone calls it knockout action entertainment. Training Day, rated R. Now playing Anxiety is gripping our nation, but how real is the threat of bioterrorism to your family? Thursday, KOIN 6 News talks with doctors and experts on bioterrorism and answers your questions and phone calls. Bio threats, the facts behind the fear. A KOIN 6 News special Thursday at 6:30.
To save his family, this vet will have to pretend to be an FBI agent.
Sorry.
Courtney Romano.
You guys want some cookies?
Rated PG-13. Now playing.
The last time our country saw anything even close to the terrorist attacks was during the Kennedy administration. But as Doug Bruckner reports, JFK's personal struggles during that same period were kept secret until now.
Terrorist attacks, Osama bin Laden, and the threat of chemical warfare have cast a shadow of death over America. As dark and frightening as the days of October 1962, when Russian missiles in Cuba were aimed at the U.S. And President Kennedy was trying desperately to avoid all-out nuclear war.
He did not push the nuclear button when others wanted him to push it.
But best-selling author Lawrence Lamer says he discovered after years of painstaking research, JFK was also waging another private battle against prescription drug addiction.
President Kennedy had a serious problem with amphetamines.
And Lamer says one of JFK's own doctors feared he was a ticking time bomb.
Dr. Eugene Cohen wrote the president that you must stop using these amphetamines, that the whole future of the free world is at stake here.
Lamer says in his new book, The Kennedy Men, that JFK became hooked on a combination of powerful drugs that he'd been taking to kill the lingering pain of lifelong illnesses, old football injuries, and war wounds.
He was a sick man, and he took these drugs not to have a high, not to go on some kind of amphetamine trip, but to have the energy that he felt he needed to be the president he thought America needed.
Lamer says he found evidence of JFK's addiction in secret files of personal documents and audio tapes hidden away by the president's secretary.
I was most anxious that we not have to announce a state of war existing.
Lamer says that despite the drugs, JFK emerged from the 13-day Cuban Missile Crisis a hero.
He acted magnificently. He saved our country from World War III.
Which just might be the legendary JFK's greatest legacy.
Lamer's The Kennedy Men hit bookstores just this week. Now, a Kennedy woman's crusade for kids, the girl group photo shoot that could crush their innocent image, and the movie recommendation that got Winona Ryder's agent fired. Want more? You got it. Today's Extra Extra. Maria Shriver has a new mission.
Hi, I'm Maria Shriver here with Gus from Between the Lions.
The network anchorwoman was in New York taping a public service announcement encouraging parents to read to kids. And Shriver has a book of her own out called What's Wrong with Timmy, about children with disabilities.
The book was inspired by the fact that when I would go to the park and my kids would see a child who might be in a wheelchair or who looked different in any way, they'd always come over to me and say, "What's wrong, Mommy, with that child?"
Extra, extra. The Emmys hope the third time will be the charm. The show has been rescheduled again. This time it will be held on Sunday, November 4th at LA's Schubert Theater. Ellen will likely host, and the stars are still being asked to leave those fancy duds at home. The dress code is strictly business. Extra, extra. They survived weeks of auditions on the TV special Pop Stars. Now in the new issue of FHM magazine, Eden's crush reveals its naughty side. Extra Extra was invited behind the scenes for the ladies' sexy photo shoot. The girl group is also about to go on tour for its new album called Go. Extra, extra.
Here we go.
It's the cult teen classic that proved high school could be hell. Now Heathers is on DVD. The teen angst movie launched the careers of Christian Slater, check out the baby face, Shannon Doherty, and Winona Ryder, who says she almost didn't take the role.
My agent at the time got down on her hands and knees and begged me not to do Heathers. She said that it would ruin my career and I would never work again.
Actually, it's the agent who got the boot. School's out. That's today's Extra Extra. Tomorrow on Extra, with the Emmys rescheduled once again, will the stars show up? We talked to nominee Cela Ward about the big event. Plus, Extra's Celebrity Justice Report, why OJ could find himself in jail after all. That's tomorrow on Extra. 3 stars are pouring their hearts into a new TV movie. As Barry Nolan reports, it's a project they hope makes a difference in the battle against ALS.
ALS is a complicated problem.
Laura San Giacomo, Jane Kaczmarek, and Annabella Sciorra lead an all-star cast in the made-for-TV movie Jennifer. It's the heartbreaking and inspirational true story of Jennifer Estes, a vivacious young New Yorker who was diagnosed with the fatal neuromuscular disease, ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, 4 years ago, and continues her courageous battle against ALS to this day.
I felt like these women were so extraordinary and that their story was really important to tell.
San Giacomo plays Jennifer, while Kaczmarek and Sciorra portray her sisters.
So what do you suggest we do?
A lot of my patients start eating all the junk food they want and maxing out their credit cards. I don't know. Is there any place in the world that you haven't been that you'd like to see?
The movie shows how Jennifer and her sisters took a stand against the disease, creating Project ALS, an organization dedicated to raising awareness and money for ALS research. It's a story that has touched the hearts of so many people who know Jennifer, including Katie Couric and Donna Hanover, who plays herself in the movie.
And she's become a very dear friend of mine. She's gutsy, she's charming, she's funny. She really is an amazing woman.
This is the Breezy. It's lightweight. It's collapsible.
So am I.
In addition to providing an honest portrayal of the brave people fighting ALS, the movie features notable performances by Edie Falco, Marissa Tomei, Rob Morrow, Scott Wolf, Juliana Margulies, and so many others who have been inspired by Jennifer Estes and her sisters.
These women are an example to all of us, motivated by love, that you can change the world.
Jennifer airs Sunday night at 9 on CBS. And when we come back, it's a sneak peek at tomorrow night's Racy Friends episode.
Tired of crawling around on your knees or doing endless sit-ups? Introducing the revolutionary Ab Energizer system, featuring 21st century technology that's a simple, easy way to help firm and tone your abs without breaking a sweat. And it's also great for your lower back, buns, and thighs. The secret is Ab Energizer's electronic impulses that stimulate your abs so they contract and relax as if you're doing a sit-up. Now you can get up to 700 muscle contractions in just 10 minutes and get the tone and definition you've always wanted.
I've gone from a waist 37 to waist 34.
Work out your abs anywhere, watching TV, at the office, even around the house. Why spend $120 for a single unit product? With the double unit Ab Energizer, you get 2 modes and 10 settings to maximize your workout. For just 2 easy payments of only $29.95, your complete system includes the Ab Energizer belt with 2 units, tightening gel, meal plan, instruction guide, and carrying case. You also get a free 30-day supply of Diet Energizer with its fat-burning formula. If you don't lose at least 2 inches off your waist in the first 30 days, return it for a full refund. To order, call now.
Hi, we're Mike and Amy from 99.5 KWJJ with a question.
Do you have a birthday?
Well, I do.
Excellent.
If you have a birthday, then you could win $5,000 this Thursday morning.
It is so easy. Just put your radio on KWJJ.
That's 99.5 FM.
Listen Thursday morning at 7:20.
We'll call out the birthday in this envelope. If it matches your birthday, you could win $5 grand.
Somebody's going to win $5 grand tomorrow morning at 7:20 on 99.5 KWJJ.
Tomorrow morning, somebody's going to win it all.
It might as well be me. It might as well be you.
This is an Arby's Market Fresh sandwich. It's changing the way people think about fast food.
The bread is very fresh, and the turkey is delicious.
It has a little pizzazz to it.
Almost a honey flavor, maybe?
Spicy brown honey mustard.
Excellent, delicious.
That is fast food.
This does not taste like fast food.
It's from Arby's.
From Arby's?
Yeah.
So try any one of Arby's Market Fresh sandwiches.
I had fast food about an hour ago, and it wasn't like this.
It'll change the way you think about fast food.
I'm sorry, Philip. I know you've been at the orphanage a long time, but you've got olive fingers, Philip. And parents just don't want a boy with olive fingers. It's just that you're very different, Philip. And you have to face the reality that you may never be adopted. Are you paying attention, Philip?
Believe in olive fingers.
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag about Ross and Rachel's baby, tomorrow night's episode of Friends has another surprise for viewers. A sex tape of the expectant parents. Here's a preview.
Oh, and there he is now, the father of my child, the porn king of the West Village.
Look, it was an accident, okay? I feel bad that it happened, but I swear, I didn't even watch it. Anyway, here. I thought you might be more comfortable destroying it yourself.
Thank you.
Now, there's a new movie you might want to check out. As Dana Devin shows us, it's by an up-and-coming director you probably know from her roles in front of the camera.
My First Mister is Christine Lottie's first foray into feature film directing, and her friends couldn't be happier for her.
I know Christine, and I know that it's a lovely film.
I think she did an amazing job.
It's the story of two people who are as similar on the inside as they are different on the outside.
They're both really lonely, and it's a beautiful kind of, you know, life love story.
Lily Sobieski stars as a tattooed and pierced goth girl who falls in love with a middle-aged men's clothing store owner played by Albert Brooks.
But you really do have to go now because you're scaring the customers.
In other words, it's not just another male fantasy.
And I never wanted to make a movie that was like Lolita. I really wanted this to be about the friendship between them, and to acknowledge that there was some sexual attention was important, but then to move past it.
Hi. Desmond Harrington also stars as an angry and rebellious young man, and the role wasn't much of a stretch.
It was a tough one for my mother, you know what I mean? I definitely was a handful.
But goth was definitely not his thing.
I would have gotten beaten up where I grew up if I dressed like a goth.
Albert, on the other hand, is into body art.
I want the smallest tattoo that you can make. I have a tattoo of my agent on my back, but I don't want to show it to you.
But he does want you to see My First Mister.
It's a wonderful movie.
As do director Lottie and her friends.
Let's go out and see it.
All right, we've got full-length interviews with the entire cast of My First Mister on our website. You know where to find us. We're at extratv.com. And I'll see you right back here.
Anxiety is gripping our nation, but how real is the threat of bioterrorism to your family? Thursday, KOIN 6 News talks with doctors and experts on bioterrorism and answers your questions and phone calls. Bio threats, the facts behind the fear. A KOIN 6 News special Thursday at 6:30.
This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at George Moreland Plumbing in Tigard, it's our Fall Plumbing Super Sale. With all Kohler kitchen sinks on sale. Fiberglass tubs and showers from just $49. Whirlpool bathtubs from $2.99. A-grade bathroom sinks only $14. Hundreds of items at rock-bottom clearance prices. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Tigard. Don't miss it.
George Moreland Plumbing, the water heater king.
This place is awesome!
American Pie's Shannon Elizabeth is in the house. And 13 ghosts want a piece of her. 13 Ghosts, rated R. Starts Friday, October 26th.
For the first time ever at Binions, get not one but two pairs of glasses, frames, and lenses for just $99. Get two pairs for yourself, or a pair for you and a family member or friend. And both pairs together cost just $99. It's Binion's best offer ever. Choose from a large assortment of high-quality frames with contemporary styling and get two complete pairs for just $99, only for a very limited time. At Binion's.
The autumn sale is going on now at Meyer & Frank. Save 25 to 50% store-wide. Remember your extra 20% off bonus coupons to save even more.
The right choices make all the difference.
All right, quick question. Where are you taking me? Is it gonna be a happy place?
Yes,
a happy place with bunnies and ducks? If I could just get my tears on you one time. Say, I was wondering if one of you could itch my panty line. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Hey, get your hands off me.
Okay,
You believe on Princess Grace, don't you? Her and Elvis and I driving to Las Vegas just like the old times.
The autumn sale is going on now at Meyer & Frank. Save 25 to 50% store-wide. Remember your bonus coupons to save even more.
The right choices make all the difference.
Closed captioning and other consideration for Extra provided by.
Excuse me, which brand of children's cold medicine have moms used more?
Dimetapp. But which brand is recommended most by pediatricians? How about Dimetapp?
The great grape taste of Dimetapp. Doctor recommended, proven at home.
Pepperidge Farm Texas Toast.
Okay, I'll get the pasta bowl.
Hot, crusty garlic toast. Just 5 minutes to make. It's Probably ready before you are. Pepperidge Farm. Never have an ordinary day.
My new favorite color? Brown sugar number 63 from Garnier Nutrice. More than a simple cream, it's a conditioning mask with fragrant fruit oil for rich, lasting color and incredible softness. Garnier Nutrice. Trust them, they're experts.
That wraps up this edition of Extra. Till next time, take good care.
Mom, Dad, we need to talk. I know college is going to be expensive, but the Oregon College Savings Plan can help. Your money will grow tax-free. Contributions are state tax deductible, and your withdrawals are tax-free too. We can use it for any college in the country. It'll make you look real smart.
Invest in their dreams. Call now to learn more about the Oregon College Savings Plan.
Now, about my allowance.